Hi, my name is Simon Trevathan. I'm the interim CEO of TRIAC, the Toronto Region Immigrant Employment Council. Today, I'm honored to lend my voice to celebrate the profound impact of the TRIAC Mentoring Partnership. In this video, we recognize the lasting influence of mentoring has had on the lives of 3 mentor and mentee pairs. We will explore the ripple effect of mentoring relationships. And this video also serves as a call to action, inviting new mentors to join us as we continue to celebrate the incredible accomplishments of TMP. Before you witness the powerful and impactful stories, let me lay the backdrop for you. 20 years ago, TRIAC set out with a bold vision to reshape the workforce of the Toronto region by empowering its most valuable resource, its people, and in particular, those new to Canada. At the heart of this vision lies a powerful concept of mentorship. Today, we reflect on 21 years of TMP. We recognize the profound and lasting impact of this program has made, not just on individual careers, but on employers and the local workforce and the broader economy. By empowering skilled immigrants with mentorship and connecting them to meaningful opportunities, TMP has contributed to a more diverse, innovative and resilient labour market, driving growth and economic prosperity in the Toronto region. Since its inception, TMP has grown into a cornerstone of opportunity for skilled immigrant professionals across the region. With over 26,000 mentor and mentee matches, the ripple effect of mentoring extends far beyond professional advice.
I immigrated in Canada in 2013 as a professional marketer. So before I immigrated into Canada, I worked in a few global companies. So my expectation was that the journey is going to be easy for me. So I won't be faced with a lot of challenges and this kind of stuff. So I was really hopeful.
Similar to a lot of immigrants, I got to Canada with a lot of dreams and hopes. But I remember the first time I actually got to CN Tower, I was looking up at the tower with so much excitement for the journey ahead.
As you know, I came to Canada because war in Ukraine started. It was last few pregnancy weeks for me. And when I gave the birth, when my child was just 2 weeks, we decided to move from Ukraine. We arrived to Poland, then we spent 2 months in Poland. We were very happy because we understood the Canada Open special program for Ukrainians, and 2 months we were waiting for visas. And when my youngest one was just 2 months, we moved to Canada.
At the beginning, I tried to figure things out by myself because I don't have a community here in Ontario.
I took a couple of months to settle in, but I didn't realize those couple of months would actually turn into a really long period of wait for me to get my first job here in Canada.
At that time, my fiance was living in Iran, where I immigrated from. And the funny thing that I just wanted to tell you, before I come to Canada, you know what I did with my fiance just 2 days before my flight? So we went and purchased a suit. And you know, the whole purpose of the suit is that both of us under the impression that as soon as I, arrive in Canada, so a lot of companies are waiting for me. So I will just go to a lot of interviews, wear my suits and this kind of stuff. So I received a phone call that, yeah, we received your resume, we reviewed your resume, come for the interview. So I had my suit ready, right? So I wore my suits, with the tie. I took Toronto TTC. It was August. It was very warm. So I was sweating, to be honest with you. Then I arrived at the place, and when I arrived at the location, a very funny thing happened. So they asked me to fill the form that I don't expect any money for the interview. So it was interesting why they're giving me this form. And I told them, okay, come on, just be easy. It's a part of the culture. You should learn a lot of things. And then I stayed there, and I was the only person with the suit, and I was just sweating. The person who interviewed me told me that, Human, do me a favor. Yeah, whatever you want. What should I do? And he told me that, come on Monday, but don't wear your suit. A colleague came at that time and told me, I want to, send you to the field. And I told myself, what field? What should I do? And they told me that, don't panic, don't worry about it, we will train you. And we will go, and I saw that they're knocking on the doors and asking for donation as a charity or for something like that.
So I went on the internet, tried to look for information, ask questions in Facebook groups, but it took so much time and energy to find one useful information. Until I bumped into a friend of mine from my university here in Toronto, and she told me about TRIAC, and that's how I knew about the program and joined.
When I started to visit Richmond Hill Welcome Center, a social worker told me that you can try to participate TRIAC mentoring program.
Being connected to a Canadian professional as you seek to create a new life in this country builds confidence. With this newfound confidence, skilled immigrants are able to share their talents with the GTA and its employers. Harnessing their talents strengthens the GTA, bringing new ideas, innovation, and stimulating the economy.
About 8 years ago, TELUS Mosaic Chair at the time encouraged me to apply to become a TRIAC mentor, and I decided to take a chance on it. So I'm an immigrant myself, came here about 20 years ago, and the motivation for me was to try and help others who are in the same shoes that I was in decades ago.
Working with TRIAC, I was assigned a mentor. And this person, also as a volunteer, dedicated her time to be with me on a one-on-one basis. With her, I looked back at my resume. She also provided me great feedback and ideas on how to make my own search plan for my job. She also provided me insights of how the Canadian culture in a work environment actually was, because I didn't know, and it's different. There are many nuances.
Like most Canadians, I've got family who were immigrants at one point in time. My grandparents on my father's side, my great-grandparents, I think on my mother's side, and I knew their experience was difficult. I knew they had challenges, and I wanted an opportunity to give back and use what I had as a native-born Canadian to help them to establish themselves in Canada.
I feel very proud, also humble, because I didn't know there were people who could actually do this for other people. So when I first approached TRIAC and they assigned me a mentor, I wasn't sure, the reasons why behind it. And when I decided and when I learned and I experienced on myself how big this is, I decided to also place myself on the other side.
Initially, I was hesitant because I didn't know, or I wasn't sure that there was much value that I could bring. However, getting out of the comfort zone and doing the mentorship first helped me realize that there is the value that I can provide. There is a lot of assumptions that we live with, thinking that we can provide the value. At the end of the day, we do, because our experiences and what we've gone through can definitely help others in their career journeys.
For many skilled immigrants, the journey to Canada is filled with uncertainty. Whether fleeing conflict or arriving with high hopes, TMP becomes more than just a program. It becomes both a lifeline and the foundation of a solid future in Canada.
Ivana's mentorship was helpful for me in many ways. From one part, I could get all the answers to my questions and very useful information during my job search. She also explained the difference between cultures in job search here in Canada. For example, in my country, if we talk about ourselves, it feels like we are bragging, but here in Canada, we need to explain and show the value we can add and that we are able to bring something to the table.
How can I describe his mentorship? Two words come to mind: collaborative and empathetic. So I would say my mentorship journey with Esteban has been extremely hands-on and extremely collaborative. And I think it was extremely successful as well because he's a very empathetic leader.
Mentorship provides more than just invaluable professional guidance. It offers emotional resilience. Over and over again, mentorship has been shown to help newcomers navigate the complexities of their new country with hope and determination.
But I realized that this is a two-way street. I think I gain much more than I actually gave to my mentees. And that's maybe the reason this energy and this desire for somebody to actually achieve what I can see they're capable of achieving, same way somebody believed in me, is what makes me continue volunteering for TRIAC and trying to help mentees in the journey to Canada.
It's been really good to have the opportunity to understand more about what people need. Because I think coming into mentorship, I was thinking it was a lot more about teaching and about what it is I need to be able to explain. And so much more is about just support for the person and understanding who they are, understand what they're going through, and be able to support them in that journey.
I think most of the mentors start the mentorship in order to help. However, we don't realize how much of the reward there is for us. With the coaching and the learning that is provided to the mentees, I have actually built my communication style, or I should say I improved my communication style, as well as my leadership skills. It improved my viewpoints, because there are various mentees that come from very different countries, very different cultures, very different regions.
There's no surprise that the relationships built through TMP often evolve into lifelong partnerships, true friendships, fostering mutual growth, learning, and nurturing tomorrow's leaders.
I've got a couple of mentees that are really close to me who are still in contact on a regular basis. And those have been extraordinarily rewarding because they're not just a mentee, but they're actually friends. And they're people who I regard as friends.
I really liked Ivana. She made me feel comfortable since day one. I didn't know what to expect from a mentorship program, but I quickly could see how helpful it is. Ivana reassured me since the beginning, and she said, I was in your shoes, I know what you are going through right now, and you will make it. And she gave me, the confidence to progress.
Then one day he called me, can you come to my office? I want you to, to meet my colleagues. So he connected me to his boss, he connected me to a few colleagues there, he provided me with a kind of networking experience. So I felt that, okay, in this journey, in my job searching, I'm not alone. And it was a great thing from Esteban.
And even, he invited my husband and me in Valentine's celebration. And it was like a small date for me and my husband. And at that moment, it was his wife there. And I understood that we have a lot of same in our mentality. She's also mom. And after that, she supported me also. I am really blessed by God that I got such mentee as Steve.
Mentors remind us the mentorship is not one-sided. It's a partnership, a mutual exchange of knowledge and experience. Repeatedly, we have seen mentors grow even as they give. They enhance their communication and leadership skills. They broaden their perspectives, and they too benefit from the lifelong friendships they forge. And then there are the mentors who were once mentees themselves. At that time, they were the recipient of wisdom and guidance of a generous mentor. Now they stand strongly as mentors themselves, continuing the virtuous circle of support and empowerment. Through TMP, mentees have secured roles that align with their experience. And at the same time, employers have gained access to a pool of talent, diverse professionals, strengthening their businesses and fostering innovation. These powerful matches would not have been possible without our on-the-ground partners, the employers, the volunteer mentors, and the community organizations who together create a vibrant network of support for newcomers while simultaneously building a robust pipeline of highly skilled and diverse talent for the Toronto region. Furthermore, without government funding, primarily from the province of Ontario's Ministry of Labour, Immigration, Training and Skills Development, supported by Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, and our corporate funder, Manulife, we have been able to serve, we have been able to fully leverage the talent of 26,000 mentees and 12,000 mentors. That's 38,000 lives impacted, careers impacted so far, and that would not have been possible without their support. In terms of well-being for our society more broadly, the influence of mentorship does not stop with two people who connect directly through a match. It extends across families, careers, workplaces, and benefits society as a whole. As we continue the rich legacy of 2 decades of TMP, we are not just looking backwards, we're looking to the future and embracing digital platforms, innovation, and new ways to connect people to their careers. We are resolutely committed to finding innovative ways to meet the talent needs of the Canadian economy. Our goal is to unlock even greater opportunities, ensuring that every skilled immigrant professional not only finds their place, but thrives in Canada's workforce. As a launchpad for career advancement, TRIAC fast-tracks immigrant professionals into careers, while helping employers access top talent. This drives tangible economic growth, strengthens industries, and empowers individuals and employers to contribute directly to a thriving and resilient economy. Lastly, employers, let me speak to you directly. You hold the key to transforming lives and driving economic growth. By harnessing diverse skills and experience of immigrant professionals, you can unlock new opportunities for business and the broader communities. Reach out to us at TRIAC to learn more and how you can help tap into this talent and develop your team for a thriving, innovative future. As I close, let me give my heartfelt thank you to everyone who's been a part of this incredible journey. Together we are transforming lives, creating pathways to opportunities, and building a future where every skilled immigrant professional finds success and leading to a thriving Canadian workforce. United, we will continue to make a profound and lasting difference for generations to come, strengthening Canada's economy and communities, working together, working for our future. Thank you.